guys, welcome back to another video. Now this one is in a bit of a smaller format and mostly just information about current status of the game. As you can see, I'm just sitting here chilling, enjoying the view of a completely emptiness base. And yes, we are, as the title say, talking about Star Citizen and the latest version 4.1. Is it playable, or are we still experiencing some buggy mess of a game? Well, both yes and no. It's a tough one to answer directly, as PIG and Star Citizen is a complicated thing, if you want to call it that. Now, I did buy the game back in, I believe, 316, 317, with my small Avenger Titan starter pack, and actually had a pretty decent time, despite some bugs and issues here and there. I quickly learned the ropes and the workarounds, and it didn't affect me much, you know. That game's 3.18, and some more versions after that. I believe it was like 3.2 or something, and the game just become completely broken, in my opinion. There was tons of 30Ks like all the time. You fell through the floors and elevators. It was a complete mess. And by 30Ks, I mean the server crashes. It was a mess. And in my opinion, it felt like CIG was just focusing on something completely different. Like more broken content and selling more ships. So I did what a lot of people did. I hit my escape button. I quit the desktop. I marked my folder, and I hit delete, because I wasn't planning to play Star Citizen in the shape that game was back then. Now, in all honesty, before I continue my rambling here, there are tons of people out there with tons of more skills than me, tons of more knowledge than me. They've been investing so much time compared to me, so they know pretty much everything about the content in the game. I know like a small part of it, so I'm gonna be honest with that. We spent some time back in the days running bunkers and derelicts, doing cargo runs, finding some interesting point of interest that gave me like a good PvE fight. I went into some caves and I did a lot of exploring, and I had a really good time until they just completely messed up the game. So it's 2025. 4.1 is out, and is it any better then? Well, first of all, we have to start with saying that some of the content is actually missing now compared to back in the days. So if you're an old player coming back, well, you won't find all the missions you once had, and I guess as a new player you won't notice they are actually missing. But it said they will bring it back. I'm not sure why they removed it. I assume it's some tech implementation in the game, so they have to upgrade the missions or whatever. 2025 is supposed to be the year of stability, where CIG are actually supposed to focus on getting the game into a stable place. The server meshing is running, and it's actually working pretty decent. The gameplay actually feels quite smooth now. But yes, of course, there are still some bugs left. It's it seems kind of hard to avoid these days in any game. But they said they will use 2025 to tackle these issues, and I actually believe that CIG has to do this if they want to keep the old player base funding the game and attract new players, giving more funds to CIG. They need a steady flow of new funds to complete Squadron 42 and Star Citizen. Squadron 42 looks promising, and it's said to be in the final polish. And after that, more people will come and work on Star Citizen again. As the tech they use in Squadron 42 comes there first, and then they get pushed to Star Citizen. But I do have my doubts, as Squadron 42 is supposed to have 3 chapters. So I'm not sure how many people they can actually push over from that project into Star Citizen. Maybe they can add some coders to Star Citizen, but majority, yeah, they are definitely staying to finish off chapter 2 and 3 of War 42. But I digress. What we do know though is that CIG needs a lot of money to finish this project off, and for the server maintenance as well, I would assume. I mean, it was built on a fork from the Crytek engine, later using Lumberyard, which is an Amazon fork of Crytek, so they could just implement the AVS support they had already in Lumberyard instead of making that again as well. After that, CIG started working on their own fork based off Lumberyard. So I've learned or understood it. And as I said, that is also a fork from Crytek engine, so it's been a lot of development there. Now, they do have skilled people working on the engine that actually comes from Crytek. They used to work there, and then Crytek got into some financial problems, and CIG hired them. But all the tech they want in the game is gonna take such a long time, and so far it's been taking 13 years. That's expensive. Really, really expensive. So taking these things in consideration, and that they actually had a bit of a worse year last year when it comes to fundings, I do believe they see the urgency to actually get the game in a good state. And even if not all content is back in it, getting stability is something the player base really needs. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 2024 that was a bit worse when it comes to fundings. Noise. What about the current status then? Well, I will start off by saying that at my first logging at 4.1 and giving the game a couple of hours, I was really thrilled. I really enjoyed how smooth the game was, how pretty much all the lag was gone, and I didn't have to figure out workarounds for everything. It was actually really good. Then, yeah, I got a hangar bug, which means that I couldn't retrieve my ship for 2 days without having a friend pick me up and drop me off at a different station so I could reclaim my ship there. It was so frustrating, and I'm not sure how I was supposed to fix that or solve it, but after a couple of days it was resolved, and I haven't had any issues since then. It could be because I actually upgraded my starter ship, so maybe that had something to do with the bug getting resolved, but I haven't heard anything in the global or on the support chat that any other had that issue, so it might just be me. And I think I managed to glitch through the train down in New Babbage a couple of times, but that's pretty much, that's like 2 glitches, easy. The hangar bug was frustrating, but it's resolved, it's all good, so I'm not gonna complain too much, to be honest. Now, I've been doing quite a few bunker runs now to get some rep and quick cash just to get started, and even that has been a better experience than the 3.17 era. Sure, the AI can still be improved, but it's actually starting to act better now. It's starting to try to track you down and stuff. Still, they are a bit stupid, but most AIs are, to be honest. This is not a CIG problem. It's an overall problem in all games, in my opinion. It's either being a bit stupid, or they can see you through walls. Have a pick. And I've been holding cargo as well. Been doing it a bit solo and also with a friend of mine, and we had great success. I think I had 2 whole charge or server instances crashing, but this time if you give it a minute or 2, it will transfer you to a new shard or server instance, and just you can carry on like you were earlier. I'm not gonna say this is gonna happen to everyone, but in my experience, the times I had a server error, I have been transferred to a new one and I could just continue playing. So it's been working pretty good. I do know that some people actually had to relog because they weren't transferred, but if that's the worst scenario, that you just relog and get a new shard and can continue, yeah, I guess that's good enough. It's Star Citizen after all. I mean, back in the days, you just got smacked with a 30k, and I had to press Alt F4 to restart the game, and hopefully you can find a new server after that, if there wasn't a queue for 2 hours. So I would say it is a massive improvement here, but surely there are flaws, and we are waiting for the dynamic server meshing that will, in theory, add more servers where it's needed, and whenever the player numbers drop, it will take the servers away from there, so it will be a dynamic resource pool of servers being used all over the verse. And if they get this running in a near future, I hope, I think it's going to be really good, considering the amount of players we have now compared to earlier. Back in the days when I started playing, I think we had like a maximum of 50 players on the server, and we had tons of issues because the servers just got too busy, so we were having lags and issue all the time. And now we are running 630, I believe. So it's a major difference, even though we do have more servers, of course, due to the server meshing. But the good part about it is, like, you meet people everywhere now, and it brings so much more immersion to the game. As this video gets published, there's an opportunity to try it out yourself for free. Free Flight, it's called. You register at their website, opt in on a button there, and download the game and start playing. But you need to opt in on the website, as I understand it. And when you get into the game, you probably end up in global chat asking 1,000 questions, how to do this and that. And you will be confused, and that's okay. We all are when we start playing this game. But there are tons of veterans in there and unsung heroes that will gladly help you out. Star Citizen has been a really nice environment where people really try to take care of newcomers. It has been a bit more toxic lately. It is more PvP focused as well, so I guess that comes with the luggage. But you also need to beware of free flight. It is actually the period where we have most of the issues, because the load on the servers when all the new people come to try out the game kind of put the servers in a bit of a stress. So you will probably face some elevators that are not functioning as they should, so you just are better off trying to relog into a different server. So your experience might not be as mine and as I had it here, since I took up the game again. I did play the first day of free flight so far, and I didn't actually have any issues at all. It still felt smooth. I think there was like one occasion when I actually had some lag, but that was for 3-4 seconds and things were cool again. I've seen some people, as I said, having issues with elevators. So things are far from perfect, but I think it's overall in a good state, even if it's in free flight mode right now. There are some doors in Pyro that you can be broken, so you can't complete the mission without exploiting the game to glitch through the door. The 890 jump mission is broken. The bounty system is down. Some murder hobos are kind of enjoying their lives in Star Citizen these days. So yeah, there are issues. It's far from a perfect game. It's going to take years before it's an okay game without major flaws. And you probably will be annoyed whenever you encounter a bug that will kill you or make you lose cargo or whatever. But I will end this on a high note. Star Citizen, it is a beautiful place. The level of details, the atmosphere, the terrain, it's pure damn magic. As long as the game works, that is. If the CRG fumbles the ball this year and 4.1 becomes another 3.20 something, I'm not sure if I'm gonna bother to return to this game until everyone tells me it's actually finished and working. I do, on the other hand, expect issues when new tech is introduced to the game, such as dynamic server meshing. It's gonna cause issues before everything is tested out with a large audience and not just in the PTU. And I'm not gonna nag about that as long as CIG do the right thing and try to fix it instead of creating new ships to sell. So what's my answer then? Is Star Citizen 4.1 worth playing? Well, yes. It might lack some content, but it will get hours out of it. It's no question about it. It's a good time to actually get in and learn the ropes, how things work, and get friends, enjoy the stuff you can do here, and actually learn where things are in the universe. And just to enjoy the magical world CIG actually tries to create. So, you guys, take good care of yourself. Hopefully, I will see you in the verse. If not, I'll see you in the next one, guys. And CIG, don't fuck this one up, please. Bye-bye.